Hello, hello, hello. Peace and beautiful, beautiful blessings. Welcome back. I am Giovanna Tisdale. I am so excited to share another deck with you. But before I get started, I have a couple of updates and things like that to share. I'm really, really excited to announce that my website is live and I am available for readings and healing sessions as well. Very proud and excited about that. I actually had my first client this week, getting back into my healing and coaching work and readings. And it was the most amazing experience. I really missed working in that way. So your girl is open for business. Yeah. So also I have recorded a new podcast episode. If you don't know, in addition to being a healer, a coach, a body worker, I am also a podcaster and am working on transferring the podcast episodes to the channel. So yes, be aware for that. I also learned that I can have multiple podcasts under my channel, which is really good for me because I have a couple of ideas for other podcasts that are like very specific topics. So we'll see. Right now, it is just being recorded as audio. It's called Abundantly Ever After with Giovanna Tisdale. But my end goal is to have a show. So that is what I am working towards. I have a beautiful setup arriving soon. So I'll have a better microphone and just start to really anchor into this vision that I see. Okay, so I took off the microphone because it wasn't doing what I needed it to do. I think it's better if I'm like out to use it, but for whatever, the audio sounded a bit off to me. But anywho, so a while ago, maybe a couple of weeks or at the start of the month, I shared with you two oracle decks created by Olivia Rose. I had backed her deck on her oracle deck on Kickstarter, the Mermaid's Purse Oracle, and she had the Heart's Eye available as an add-on. And as I was reading through, and I don't know if it was a copy on the deck or something like that, it said she had three. So I was curious to see what the third deck was, and I came across it and was able to find it on Amazon, of course, and it's the Mind's Eye Tarot. So of course I had to get it because I really love her artwork, and these decks are so unique. There's something so fluid and just very soul connecting to me about her art. So we're gonna look at the Mind's Eye Tarot today. So this is the Mermaid's Purse Oracle, and I'll include the links for that video if you want to see it. And then this is the Heart's Eye Oracle. Both really, really beautiful decks. So I have not used this deck yet. When I got it, I did open it just to see what was inside. So again, there is a guidebook, very beefy, a substantial guidebook. One thing that I really appreciate is that there is an image of the card in color along with a paragraph about the card, and then it shares some upright and reverse meanings for each card in the deck. So this is a standard 78 card tarot deck, and she does include a couple of spreads in the back of the guidebook, so that's nice. Her artwork is just so unique, and that's one of the things that really drew me into it. So I'm grateful that I have a deck that I can use in correlation with her oracles. So I haven't opened the cards yet, so they're still like, when I took it out and saw these gilded edges, my little heart was just like, so happy, because sometimes, and it feels like it has maybe that linen kind of finish to it. Most decks nowadays do not come with that added touch of gilded edges. So I'm gonna try to work this open. And normally what I would do in my like deck process is that I open the deck, I look through each of the cards, I figure out what, I used to do it with herbs, but not so much, although I do have some, but more so like I would pair it with a crystal. So what crystal do I feel would like work really well with the deck, and I would pair them together. I also will sometimes anoint it with an essential oil, either frankincense, rosemary, clary sage, lavender maybe. It just depends on like what feels right and true for said deck. Of course, I cleanse the deck. I usually will, I don't know, I've been doing more so sound clearing now, but palo, some sage. I have a couple bundles. My favorite actually though is juniper. Juniper is one of my favorite essential oils, and you can dry the leaves as well and burn them. You do the same thing with pine needles from a regular old pine tree. So yeah, and because someone was asking that in an old video I shared talking about how like I consecrate my deck and I incorporate the elements. So I would use a crystal to represent earth, an herb that I would light to, you know, the fire, air, water. Water I would use like I had this water, like moon water, with a pinch of like salt in it, like white salt, black salt, and I would just sprinkle it lightly. Of course, you don't want to like overly saturate it because these are paper. And then, yeah, so we had all the elements, I believe. Did I miss any? Water, air, fire, earth. Yep. And then sometimes I will just use my breath as air because I possess all of those elements within me. So yeah. These are the back of the cards. Very beautiful. It's just so beautiful, like sacred geometry or mandala. Let's see. They're pretty flexible, so they shouldn't be hard to shuffle at all because I can kind of bend the whole deck. I also have strong hands. I have massage therapist hands, so that does make a difference. Excuse me, let me grab some water. I was just singing and dancing earlier, so I don't know, my voice is getting a little raspy there. Let me make a little bit of space. Okay, so we are looking at the Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. It says, the Mind's Eye invites you to embark on an adventure of the spirit, allowing your imagination to be your trusted guide. I just love this already. Through her lush mixed media artwork using tea and gold ink, Olivia Rose conveys the intuitive process that inspired the Mind's Eye Tarot and infused it with positive energy. The 78 borderless cards encourage us to dive deeper into our own emotions and to connect with the stories and symbolism of tarot and discover their meanings and messages. I shared that I was on doing a tarot study again for myself, just not refamiliarizing, well, yeah, I guess refamiliarizing myself and just reconnecting to what tarot is for me now, because I've gone through so many changes. And what I found is that as I go through these major life cycles, that I do kind of stop and I assess my spiritual practices, the different tools that I'm working with, and just everything. And what I'm finding now is that more and more there's more depth to the meanings, to what I'm sensing in the cards. And that's because all of the experiences and the wisdom that I have gained over the past few years, I can now see within those symbols and things like that. So it's really phenomenal. One of the cards that I felt stuck on, which I find really funny, was the High Priestess. And I'm like, nothing's coming up. So I just kind of sat with the card. And it was very interesting because this happened throughout a full lunar cycle, which I had not been aware of. But during that time, I was able to see how myself as a feminine woman, how I experienced my own cycles and my own connection with my intuition. But the main thing that I got from the High Priestess is that either you don't need to know, or there's nothing you need to know. It was very secretive, which I know that card does represent secrets, but that's not usually how I connected with it. But it was more so about the hidden, about going within. And that was really profound to experience the living aspect of it through this tarot study. So now I'm really excited to see what other changes or experiences I will have working with the energy of each card. And I'm really proud that I didn't rush it, because then I was kind of like, oh, I'm getting behind. I wanted to have all of this finished and blah, blah. But I just allowed the process to unfold naturally. And in doing so, that is what allowed me the space to like reflect and say, like, I was experiencing what that card represents throughout the different phases of the moon, how that impacted my own cycles, my own intuition. Like, it was just amazing. I've got so many notes where I was just like writing down everything that I had experienced and just paying attention to like where my mind was being drawn. Super, super, super powerful stuff. Also, I'll probably do a separate video and share a book that I'm reading that I really love, that's helping me really explore and my journey in a different way. I will say that I was always self-taught. So when I came to the cards, it was just me, the little booklet, and whatever I journaled. And things started getting weird when what I was getting wasn't matching up with the book. And that's when I was like, okay, let me leave the book alone. And I was just reading intuitively. And then it's like from there, like I'd already established my reading and all of that. And then it kind of came into the world with it, where there's now like, were like so many courses and different things. So trying to reconcile all of that got a little muddy. But it's really beautiful because I was able to gain a lot of just wisdom about myself as a reader, about the depth that is what we know as tarot, like just all the things. Okay, sidebar over. Let's look at the beautiful cards. Okay, so again, like I said, there's this beautiful linen finish that I love, and it adds so much depth to the imagery. So I was an artist. I am an artist, although I have not created art in the same way. And I loved linen canvas. Oil paint was my favorite medium of all the mediums that I use, which I used all of them. But I particularly loved oils. And there's just something about oils, and then just working on the linen canvas that just, it's just, yes. Okay. So this is like just very nostalgic and just really feeding into my inner artist. So Olivia Rose, like, phenomenal decks. Like, thank you so much for these. Okay. So here we have the Fool. One thing that I love about her art is how she always has all of these eyes. And it is a reminder to me that Spirit is always watching, that they're like, nothing goes unseen. It just, we're not alone. And that can be comforting or it can be kind of freaky. But either way, it is what it is. So here we have the Fool. She's got her knapsack, these gorgeous, I think those are earrings on. And there's the sun beaming down, and she's just going on. I also like how the cards really center the subject. There's still like a bit of background to give some nuance and, you know, let your imagination wander, but it really centers the image of the subject, and I really like that. Here we have the Magician. Oh, okay. The wand is in her hand. I was trying to see, because I was like, wait, is this tied to there? But then I'm realizing she's holding the wand. There's the pentacle, the cup, and the sword. And again, you can see the eyes around her. And she's got her eyes closed, like really just focusing her energy and her intention on where she needs it. And this reminds me too, and this is something that I teach and share a lot, like magic can be super simple. Like, we do not have to go out and buy all of these different things. Some of the most powerful works that I have done are with things that I've collected on my walks. A leaf, a stick, some rocks, some sand, some dirt. Like, I keep it simple now, and I really love that. If I do buy like a crystal or anything, I'm very intentional about the ones that I add to my collection, because I have a lot, but it's all about our intention and not necessarily the tool, especially when we remember that we possess all of those same elements within us, and we can call forward any energy that we desire. But okay, I'm getting off track. Okay. Here we have the High Priestess. I love, talk about side eye. But I really love that eye there is so big and just open. And it's like, okay, yes, I'm focusing, but I also see and I sense every single thing that's going on around me. And I like that it looks like she's made up of water. Like, I just feel like a very watery flow, and you can see the ripples all throughout her. That is very beautiful. And you still have the pillars there that you would see in a, you know, standard tarot deck, the light pillar and the dark pillar. And then there is the Empress. Like, I could look at these cards all day just because of the detailed line work, the different colors and the shading, and it's just, it just looks like everything is moving, which is really beautiful. The Emperor card is very interesting. Very interesting. Hang on, let me see something. Because you don't necessarily see the Emperor like in a traditional deck where he's like sitting on the throne. So it's very, I don't know, like it's like strong silent type. Like, the Emperor doesn't have to, like, when you're in that energy, like, you don't have to tell people that you're the boss. Like, people know because of the way that you move, because of the way that you carry yourself. Like, even when you're not in a room, you're in a room. It's like a big energy. I hope that makes sense. This is like one of, I really love this as an Emperor card. Yeah. Okay. And there we have the Hierophant. I love the hats that they wear. Here's the Lovers. Such beautiful images. The Chariot. And there's the Strength card. This to me feels almost like they're not different. They're the same. Like, she's not separate from the Lion. The Hermit, it looks like she's in a womb. Got the Wheel of Fortune. I like how there's like the different energies at the top. One looks like demonic energy, and the other one like the angels on the shoulder, almost like you have good karma, bad karma showing up here. And then we have Justice, the Hangman. Ooh, look at Death. That is fascinating. I love the white rose there. There's Temperance. Ooh, the Devil. Oh, that red. Oh my gosh, look at the Tower card. Like, she is the Tower. You can see it looks like lightning just coming all throughout the background of the card. It looks like smoke coming out of some parts, and it looks like there's a little moon in one of the windows down there. The star, the moon, the sun, there's Judgment, and the world. So beautiful. You can see like everything is all one. Okay, so now we have the wands. There's the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Three, there's the Four, the Five of Wands, the Six, the Seven of Wands, there's the Eight, the Nine of Wands, the 10, got the Page sitting on top of a mushroom, the Knight with the dragonfly. I love dragonflies. The Queen and the King. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Oh, I love that they're shells. The Two. There's the Three. The Four. The Five. The Six of Cups. Just notice the crown above her head as she's handing the cup. This reminds me, feels more like the higher self coming to you, giving you something, whether it's nourishment, whether it's comfort, wisdom, guidance. Like really tending to your inner child. Seven of Cups, the Eight of Cups, there's the Nine of Cups, got the 10, there's the Page, the Knight, the Queen, the King, and then we have the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, this is interesting because it's almost like the path is blocked, whether you're blocking it yourself or just refusing to see something, refusing to acknowledge something. I also love the colors in this card. It's really pretty. The Three of Swords. There's the Four of Swords. The Five. The Six of Swords. the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Page, sitting on the clouds. There's the Knight, the Queen, and the King. And then we have the Pentacles suit, which is the Ace, the Two. I'm gonna really love reading with these. The Three of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Five, the Six, Seven, the Eight, there's the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, then there's the Page, the Knight, that's gorgeous, the Queen, and finally the King of Pentacles. So this is the Mind's Eye Tarot, and it is such a gorgeous deck. I love all the bold colors against the darker background, like the detailed line work. Just, it's so unique, and it's very interesting to my eyes. Like you can see, like I'm getting lost in the car, just looking, trying to see all of the different things. Who else has like complex? Let me see. James Eads, who made the Prismavision, the Cosmovisions, and I just saw he had, I think, the Mirror Visions or something like that on Kickstarter, which I may or may not have backed. But I also like the intricate artwork on his cards because it's so detailed, and it just, there's always something that leads my eye, and it just, I just love it. So yay! So this is the Beautiful Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. Great compliment to her Oracle decks. I will include the link for that video there. You can find the tarot deck on Amazon. I do not know if her oracles are there yet, but I really look forward to reading and working with these cards. If you have any questions for me about tarot, reading tarot, decks, whatever, let me know. I am here to be of support in whatever way I can. If you're interested in a reading, a healing session, coaching with me, head over to JavonnaTisdale.com where you can find all the things. All right, I'll see you next time. Peace.